Welcome to the top of the morning show. It's your girl TT from the D. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. I hope it was relaxing, whatever it is you chose to do. I know a lot of people struggled yesterday as we fell back, right? What they say, we gained an hour. Yeah, well, when I woke up and I looked at the clock, I'm like, oh, it's only 9 o'clock. I'm like, okay. My body felt like it was later, and I'm like, oh, I really kind of slept in. And then my husband brought me to the reiterate awakening. He was like, babe, we gained an hour of sleep. I was like, really? I was like, oh. He was like, yes, some people might have felt like, oh, they just really got rest. And it's not so much they really got rest. It's just I guess we earned an hour or lost an hour. I don't know how you want to look at it, but we fell back, right? You know how in the spring we spring forward. Well, we actually fell back. And so I appreciate it. I'm waiting to see the difference because my husband was like, well, it'll get darker sooner, but it was already getting darker sooner. So it's crazy. I don't know if you know, but we are the only ones that do that, the daylight savings time. It's crazy, but that's a whole nother show. This morning, because I don't want to hold you long, it is Monday, I want to talk to you about knowing if you're living out your dreams. I'm going to give you a few tips, or we could say suggestions or ideas to actually recognize it if you are. If you don't see anything that I ramble off today, that doesn't mean you're not living out your dreams. But I would tell you, if you do hear one or two or more ideas or suggestions and you say, wow, this coincides or this resonates with me, then you, my friend, are what we consider people that are living out their dreams. One, you'll see it everywhere. You ever heard somebody say, I'm looking for a sign? Well, that was a sign. Our eyes see what our ears hear, but more so, what we're looking for. If we commit to ourselves that I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it by this time, and then you see it, you believe it, you'll notice the opportunities have been right there all along. We're just taking a conscious approach to collecting the things we need to get what we want done or to help it grow, right? Sometimes you could look at it and say we got a selective hearing, but you also could say we got selective attention. You hear what you want to hear, right? And I think that's when they go back to, oh, you got selective hearing. But do you see what you want to see? And that's rhetorical. That's really rhetorical. I think there's nothing impossible for us. I think we put ourselves in boxes, and you hear people saying, oh, don't put yourself in a box, or, you don't belong in a circle, and all these things. It's like a open space if you really look at it. No, you shouldn't put yourself in a box. Like, I'm only going to do this. I can only do this. Is that all you really can do? Or is that all you want to do? Or is that all you're willing to do? Again, that's rhetorical. A circle, it's like our wedding band if you're married, or a ring if you have a ring that's your favorite. You put it on, and if you take it off and look at the inside in a circular motion, how you're looking at it, you can't tell where it begins or where it ends. But same thing with a square. You could say from that corner to this corner, or from the center, in and out, whatever. But anything that's got a cap, you can't see it. I'd rather be operating and functioning in open space because it's nothing closing me off. Whatever you want quickly to become yours, and you get it without any work, a lot of times you don't appreciate it because you don't really remember how you got it because it came so quick, and you don't take care of it like that of what you bust your butt to take care of because you earned it. Your blood, sweat, and tears. You put in the man hours. And then you start to see it everywhere, right? So you get to see it and believe it. The second tip I would say, you'll find so much energy to do what you love to do. Once you decide this is what you're going to do, you don't have to borrow or solicit willpower. It will ignite itself within you. Because whether you know it or not, we house it in our invisible garages inside, the willpower to do whatever it is we want to do. Some of us are professional at it and some of us are amateurs. And it's okay, right? It's okay because you have to encourage yourself. People could speak life into what you're doing, your plan, your vision, your situation, all they want. But if you, friend, don't see it, don't believe it, don't trust it, it's nothing. Because if it's you that's got to do it and it's for you and you don't want it or you don't know you want it, you're not going to get it. And you're going to be tired. You're going to have no energy. You're not focusing on it. You're not even thinking about it. So you got to be able to know that's for you. That's what you want to do. And you're not going to have to search for that energy. It's already there, ready for you to take off with it. Third tip. This is old, tested, tried, and true. You'll learn and you'll grow. Once you've taken that leap of faith and you've done your work where you have the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the patience, the know-how, the experience, because that's when you sit in the chair as two people. You are the student because you're learning, and then you become the teacher because you're doing. And not only are you teaching yourself as you do, you're teaching others who are looking at you because we say it a lot. People are always watching, and they are, and they do. Remember that. Look at yourself as a sponge in one instance, soaking up all you can, because we can contain a lot of data to create, because somebody is waiting for you to wring out that sponge once you release what you have. And don't be afraid that you're giving it all away and it won't matter, because it'll always matter. You will be your greatest teacher. You can learn from others who are teaching you. But once you get that data and you exercise and you execute it, you become an amazing teacher. And you pass it on. And you become the greatest teacher you know. Especially when you choose to teach others and share abundantly without anything in return. The fourth tip, you'll apply what you've learned. And that's what I was just saying a few minutes ago. You're the teacher and the student. But once you become the teacher, you're going to show by example, lead by example. When something doesn't work, you're going to try again, because you're going to be dedicated to be persistent. When it doesn't work, you're going to toss it out like trash because it's not working. After you use something, you don't go try to reuse it unless it's reusable, right? After you use an egg, you're not going back to try to get an egg from the egg you cracked and used the yolk out of already. It's already been used. You can't do anything with it. And even if you could take that shell and put some water in it and glue it up with, let's just say some, I don't know, crazy glue, right? Gorilla glue. And you shake it, you're like, oh, and even if you were able to paint over it and put a clear coat and just really make it look, it'll never be the same. And the person that would need to crack it next, they'll never really know until they crack it open that it was really nothing in it. But you'll know. So you're not going to do anything like that. Once you're done with it and there's nothing left to get from it, you put it in its proper place, never to be resurrected again. The fifth tip, you'll realize all of your fears were just not true. And they were nothing but roadblocks holding you back. Think about a person that's in the gym. We go into the gym. Now, some people go into the gym, and to some of us, we're looking like, well, I'm glad that you're working out. I mean, but you don't really have to. It doesn't look like you need to. And then you're looking like, yeah, I need to tighten this up. Then some of us, like myself, will go in there and be like, ooh, I need to lose these inches, these pounds. I was just having some good conversation with some girlfriends the other day at my good friend's grandfather's homegoing. And we were talking about losing weight, the weight we gain, how much we want to lose. And I said, oh, I would love to lose 150. I mean, I'm sorry, no, I'd be dead. I like to lose 50 pounds. And they're like, what? Why? Where? I was like, because. And they're like, no, you'll look sickly, you'll disappear. And then we were like, you know what? Why is it when we want to go lose weight and we start to lose weight, people are like, oh, is he sick? Is she sick? Are they okay? Is everything okay? Because they've gotten used to us gaining weight. See, people are seeing it just like we see it. We pay attention probably a lot less than they do because they're watching. We're always watching. Oh, they gaining weight. Oh, they eating good. Ooh, they must be sick. And it's like, how about they just working out? And it ain't always got to be because of health challenges. How about you just decided, you know what? I don't want to be out of breath when I'm walking up and down these stairs. Let me go in and get on the Stairmaster. Let me go and get on this treadmill. I don't want to look like I'm lifting up extra skin when I raise my arm. I don't want it to jiggle when I wave at somebody, flapping me and slapping me. Let me tighten that up. Let me tone it up. Get some free weights, whatever that looks like. When you make that conscious decision that you don't want to be slightly overweight or majorly overweight, and you decide I'm going to be fit and in shape, you'll do it. You'll do it. But when you really commit to what you want to do, and you tell yourself that you got this, you'll know that you have it. You'll realize you've always had it. You just never grasped onto it. A sixth tip, you'll stop worrying about this and that, and you'll anticipate this and that. I think there's a quote Thomas Monson said, and that's Monson, M-O-N-S-O-N. He said, your future is as bright as your faith. Well, where is your faith? In you. You put faith in man. You put faith in things. You put faith that when you sit in a chair, that chair is going to hold your body weight, even in places you've never gone. You don't know if they said, hey, don't nobody sit in that one chair right there, mark it. Then the person that was supposed to mark it got sidetracked or got called to do something else. And they said, I'll be right back to do that. And then that moment never resurfaced. And so now you come in and you sit in that chair that wasn't supposed to have nobody sit in it, and you fail. Well, you had faith that when you sat in that chair, it was going to hold your weight. Have faith in what you do. Believe it. Think about it. Daydream about it. Get lost in it. Chase it. Because it's within you. We all have some passion. We all have some gifts. We just have to learn how to successfully plant it and watch it grow. Dan Sullivan, here's another little quote. Dan Sullivan said this. You can have everything you love in life as long as you give up what you hate. Let me say that again. You can have everything you love in life as long as you give up what you hate. That, my friend, is priceless. I hope that those few little things I rambled off, you could find some truth in some of it. One or two things, I would hope. And you could say, you know what? That really resonated with me. I really feel like I'm really living out my dream. I really feel like I'm on to something. And even if you just started feeling like this or thinking like this, and you've been wondering and pondering and all those great things, you are, my friend, on the right course. Trust it. Believe it. Step into it. Pull from it. Don't run from it. Run to it. While you are helping others live out their dreams and do what they need to do, that's perfect. That's wonderful. But where we get sidetracked is when we don't do it for us. So the next time you're thinking about some things and you're looking at other people on social media, think to yourself, am I living out my dreams? And if you're not, life is for the living. Start dreaming. It's your girl, TT from the D, and I'll see you soon.